Hello, everybody. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maggie.
And we are
Hopefully Awesome.
That's right, a positive place on the internet where we nerd out about all the geeky things we love. And today's geeky things include this weekend's box office, of course.
Of course.
Bob Iger snapping some stuff out of existence. And
sorry.
Oh, God. We're having a lot of fun today, just so everybody knows. We're trying really hard.
It's a Monday.
And we also got James Gunn, Superman Legacy casting, and a whole bunch of other things, because this is the Hopefully Awesome Show, our weekly podcast where Maggie and I recap all of the nerdy news. Remember, if you'd like to join us, head over to patreon.com like these fine folks, patreon.com/hopefullyawesome, where you can join for $5. You get to be on every video we make.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got.
That's all.
I was gonna give it more, and then I was like, you know what? Nah, that's it. I think that's everything. Maggie, how the hell are you?
I'm here. I'm here. That's all I could say.
Hey, that's more than some of us can say. I got nothing. I don't know. Again, I'm trying to do like 5 things all at the same time and banter, and it's just not working for me.
No, it's not. Take a bill, swig of that.
Ooh, that's good.
It's good.
Yeah, you made a nice cup of joe.
It's the best.
It's the best. You said the best cappuccino. Or you said it was a good cappuccino.
I make a good cappuccino.
This is a great cappuccino. That's going back to Smallville reference for all y'all.
Sheriff.
Hey, let us know in the chat. How's everybody going? How you doing today? You know, did you have a good weekend? Is your Monday a Monday? I was on vacation last week, so today was my first Monday back. And, hey, always fun.
Yeah.
Ending vacation. You know what I mean, Maggie?
It's so much fun. What's up, Lucy?
Oh, well, yeah. There she is. Only has to have the cone for another week.
Yep.
Another week. Yeah.
Hopefully her gums have healed nicely.
And she still just hasn't grabbed the concept of the cone. Like, she's still bumping into everything.
I think it's like stolen part of her personality too.
Yeah, poor thing. I mean, hey, you know what I would do if I had a cone wrapped around my head? I don't know.
I think you would fill it up with cereal.
Oh my God, yes. Maggie, that sounds amazing. I think we'd
put the most random things in the cone just to see how
almost
long.
like a game.
Yeah.
Like whoever. Like if you get the cheese ball in my mouth, it's 100 points. If you get it in the cone,
it's like skee ball.
10 points. Yes, there it is. And I'm the clown. All right. You know what else sounds great?
The news.
The news, because it's time for the news.
I ran out of breath. Good news, everyone.
I was hoping that would last longer. It did not. Our first story today, everybody. Of course, we are still in the summertime. Summertime. So, via Box Office Mojo, Culture Crave, and Variety, we used 3 different sources for this. We have the weekend box office results. So this is our new picture. We've been running with the generic one for a while.
The marquee.
I was like, you know what? This is a recurring segment. Let's just go ahead and make one. So here we are. Maggie, who do you think was number 1 at the box office?
Praise the good Lord above is Mission Impossible.
Well, you are correct. The new number 1. Almost hit the wrong button. The new number 1, of course, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. It was number 1 this weekend with 56.2 million. 56.2 million.
Better than Indiana.
That's not saying a lot.
No, it's not.
It was the 3rd highest grossing weekend of the franchise. Do you want to take a guess which 2 Mission Impossible movies came out ahead of Mission Impossible 7 Part 1? Just for the weekend.
I'm trying to think. Maybe 3?
Okay.
And I'm trying to go through them in my brain.
No, you're fine.
Maybe 6.
You got 6.
Okay.
It was Mission Impossible 2.
What?
Yeah. So
That crap.
Fallout is the highest. It made 61 million, and Mission Impossible 2 made 57.8 million.
Wow.
So even though this only made 56.2 million, it's still within range of what they normally make. I'm sorry, 56. Did I say 56?
I think you said 52.
56.2 million. However, there is more details than just that, because this one did not open on Friday.
No, it opened up on Wednesday.
That's right. So if you take that into account, it opened on Wednesday, so the total domestic so far was $80 million. So I had a big Wednesday opening, which is higher the first 5 days, higher than both Fallout and Mission Impossible 2. So if you take that into account, it's actually above them. So
good job. Good job.
I think they were expecting it to hit something like, I think like 80 million or something, like over the weekend, not over like the 5 days. So not as high as they were expecting. But I mean, still, this summer's been a kind of a low summer anyway.
Yeah.
Not a lot of huge like runaway successes.
No.
I mean, even Guardians only did like 800 million, which is
and
great
it's August
for
2nd. I think it's coming to Disney Plus and digital.
Oh yeah, Guardians. Yeah. Good call. Let's see here at number 2. Do you want to guess what number 2 is? Sound of Freedom.
No. Oh, wow.
No, number
There's
2
so
spot.
many. No, I don't want to get into that.
With 27 million. It has actually raised from number 3 last week up to number 2 this week with $27 million, a total of 85.5 million so far. And now I have on here a note that says talk about the TikToks. So have you seen any of the things about this movie that's like conspiracy theories about this?
I've seen stuff on Twitter. It's conspiracy theory, but like I don't know.
So like what have you seen?
I've seen like like people go up to buy tickets for this movie.
Yeah.
And it says it's sold out.
Yeah.
But then they walk into the theater, like the people working there walk into the theater. There's nobody in there.
Yeah. So do you know why?
I don't know.
So this movie allows it's a faith-based movie.
Man, I called
You
it,
did
didn't
call
I?
it.
Dang it.
You did call it.
I called it.
It is about child trafficking.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I don't want to get like too deep in that. But because it's a faith-based movie, I don't know if it's the movie company or I don't know, whoever the hell's behind it, but they will allow anyone to buy tickets for people to be able to go watch it without having to assign it to any one person. Oh my God. So like, it's almost like when you're in a drive-through and like you're like, hey, I want to pay for the person behind me.
Yeah,
like it
and
starts
you don't
a
know
chain,
that person.
right? Yeah, exactly. So the idea is that you want to make people have the ability to watch it.
Yeah.
Excuse me, even if they don't have the money to watch it, right? And so all these faith-based people are buying up all the tickets, and then no one's watching it. And so that's why the theater's empty, but it's sold out. Yeah.
Yes.
And people are like going bananas about it. Like saying like, oh, they're trying to keep God out of the theater or some bullshit like that.
I'm sorry, guys.
Like,
how many God is Not Dead movies has been in the theaters already? I personally have seen one of them in the theaters. God. Okay.
Hey,
just throwing that out there. Nobody's stopping you.
You leave Michael Tate out of this, okay? No.
Oh yeah, that is right. They were.
Yeah, the Newsboys. God, whatever happened to the Newsboys? But yeah, so it's at number 2 because a bunch of stupid people are buying tickets for no one.
See, I refrained from using those words earlier.
What people? That's
stupid.
right. They're not people. All right, let's move on before I get us in trouble. At number 3, dropping from the number 1 spot last week, is Insidious, the Red Door, with 13 million. It has made 58 million so far, which is actually really good because its budget was only like 13 million.
Hey, heck yeah, go.
Or I just quoted 13 million. I think it's like 15 million. I was getting numbers mixed up. Either way, it's less than 20 million. So it's more than like quadrupled its budget.
Yeah.
Like when you take into account like worldwide stuff. So not bad. At number 4, dropping from the number 2 spot, Indiana Jones, $12 million.
Poor Indy.
So I got a little bit of news about Indiana Jones, Maggie.
Oh, no.
First off,
Oh, God.
why don't you talk for a second about Indiana Jones?
Well, us personally, we enjoyed Indiana Jones. I mean, I know it's not been everybody's cup of tea here recently, but, you know, Harrison Ford, he knocks it out of the park.
We liked it. It was an Indiana Jones movie.
We enjoyed it.
It was good. So I would say it's probably my third Indiana Jones. Like out of my top 5, I'd say it's number 3. Right, dead in the center. That's where I'd put it.
I have a hard time with that list, so don't pressure me.
You'd put Temple of Doom at like number 1, wouldn't you?
No.
She would.
No, I wouldn't.
Don't let
I
her
put
lie to
Last Crusade number 1.
And then Temple of Doom, right?
Then Temple of Doom.
God damn it, Maggie.
And then Raiders.
Okay, so anyway, it has made domestically $145 million so far. Not great.
No.
Indiana Jones 5 crosses $300 million at the box office total. It still hasn't matched its reported budget yet of $329 million.
No, it hasn't.
So it hasn't even hit its own budget.
It's reportedly Disney's biggest.
That was the next spot. Yeah, absolutely. On pace to be one of the biggest flops in Disney history, period. It will end its run as the lowest grossing film ever with a $300 million budget. The next closest are Justice League with $657 million.
I read the same thing.
And Fast X with $723 million.
God.
Yep. Probably, was it Culture Crave? That's where I saw it.
I think so.
Yeah. But yeah, that's, I mean, you got to see this. Like, the next lowest is Justice League at 657, and this is going to end at roughly 300 million. That's terrible. That's terrible. What do you think the reason for that is?
I don't know. I think like we talked about this a little bit in our review. Like maybe like it's like we grew up watching it, and maybe like unless like my brother's kids, like I know for a fact my brother's made his kids watch Indiana Jones. I know for that for a fact. But like I think this generation now, they don't know a whole lot about it.
Yeah.
They see Harrison Ford, they're like, oh, that's Han Solo. He's old. You know?
You think it'd be like if a Dirty Harry movie came out when we were like 10?
Yeah.
That we wouldn't have gave a shit about it?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what's happening.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I think so. And also, I think some people are starting to feel burnout from all these franchises that just keep on going and going and going and going.
Like the Energizer Bunny?
Yes.
Hey, man, I'm all about franchises. I say, give me the franchise, you know?
Yeah.
Show me the franchise. We have a
There's
fly.
a bug in here.
There's a fly. It's a fly. Don't say bug. It's just a fly.
It is a fly, but it's also a bug. It's an insect.
Maggie.
A flying insect.
I think it also has a little bit to do with Disney Plus. Like people are just like,
they're
if
just
it's
waiting.
if it's not that good, I can just wait and watch it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, like
which sucks.
Which we've noticed in the trailers here recently is like exclusively in theaters, you know. And I'm like, but it doesn't perform that well. And guess where it ends up at, guys?
Yeah, honestly, Bob Iger has a lot to say about that. That'll be our next story. So we'll talk about that a little bit more.
Mr. Iger.
Speaking of,
Jerry Nana said her mom and dad went and watched Indy, and her mom said it was okay.
Well, there you go. There you go. Straight from the chat. If you got thoughts, let us know. How'd you feel about Indiana Jones? How'd your mom and dad feel about Indiana Jones?
My mom, they haven't watched it yet.
No, I mean, the audience.
Oh, how's your mom and dad feel? Well, you zoomed in
on
on me.
Yeah, because it was on me. You got it. Listen, there's this whole report of like it's got to cut back and forth like every like a second and a half. Otherwise, people tune
People
away.
are gonna barf because they're watching this.
I'm just letting you know what vidIQ told me. Okay. Anyway, speaking of Disney, at the number 5 spot, dropping from number 4, Elemental.
Not too bad.
With 8.7 million, has only made 125.3 million so far. And a little bit of news, we went and watched Elemental.
Yeah, we took our little girl to see it on her birthday.
Yeah, it was a Wednesday, and we went to like the 12 or 1 showing.
Something like that.
And it was still full.
Yeah, there was a lot of people in there.
Way more people than I thought.
Because whenever he got the tickets, it showed like it was probably us and
like
probably two other people.
Yeah. And it was
then
like
we
packed.
walked in there. I was like, where did all these people come
Yeah.
from?
I was bummed because I was like, our little girl, she's 3. And so like, she enjoys movies and stuff, but like she's a little rambunctious, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And, sitting in, even if it's a cartoon, whatever, if it has her attention, it only is going to last for so long before she just wants to get up and do stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, having like 2 other people in the theater at like a 12 o'clock show for a kid's movie on a Wednesday, I didn't feel too bad about if she got loud or whatever. But then the theater was freaking full.
But it also made me glad that towards the end of the movie that kids started talking louder.
Yeah, it wasn't just us. It wasn't just us. Yeah.
So it kind of made me feel a little bit better. But I was like, poor kiddo. She's just getting tired.
It was really good though.
Yeah, it's so sweet.
Oh yeah. I mean, I wasn't like I thought the trailers like looked decent and stuff, obviously, and I'd heard it was really good, but it was like really good.
Yeah,
like a really strong Pixar movie, and I was not expecting that. Like the level of I'm trying to think of like the right word, but like just I can't think of the word. Like it mattered.
Yeah,
like the story was like meaningful.
Yes.
Like, and not just like a woke. I'm gonna barf just saying that stupid fucking word that people don't even understand the meaning of.
I woke up. That's how I understand it as.
Yeah, no, it's honestly it's been co-opted by morons that just use it as a derogatory term against the things that they just don't understand. But that's beside the point. Anyway, it's really good. It's about accepting people for who they are, irregardless, and it's also about letting people love whoever they want to love, whether they're water or fire or air or bender,
trees.
But no, it's actually fantastic. Honestly, it's really, really, really good. Highly recommend when it hits Disney Plus. Everybody check it out. I mean, I wish they would go watch it, but I mean, at this point, like it's been out for like a month. Well, and a half,
whenever it came out, what was doing better than it? I can't remember.
I think it came out the same weekend that Transformers came out.
Yeah, and like people, I remember there's a few people on Twitter that I followed. They was like begging everybody to go watch it. Yeah. They're like, please go watch this. It's good.
And you gotta think, Disney-wise, like it was only maybe 2 weeks after Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
So I mean, like there was a lot for kids and families to choose from. They just kind of threw them all back to back to back. But there was a short before that made us bawl our fucking eyes out. Sorry, I'm just. Oh my god. It was Carl. It's from Up, and obviously
Carl's date.
I think so, yeah. And Ed Asner passed away, so this is his last time being Carl. And like I won't tell like the whole thing, but like at the end of it, this isn't a spoiler. I mean, it's a 4-minute short, but whatever. It's still not a spoiler. He's like, okay, I guess I'll go now, and like shuts the door and then just like holds in the living room of the house and like. Because he's gone. It just fuck me. I'm like, what are you doing, Pixar? Why do you want to murder me? Why? I just want to watch the water movie with my daughter. I just want to watch the water and fire people fall in love. I don't want to cry my freaking eyes out.
She put Carl crying faces. I'll tell Viv you told her a happy birthday. But like
it was good. I
remember watching Up with Jerrianna the first time in my apartment, and I remember bawling my eyes. I was like, why is this making me cry? Dude, why is this destroying me?
I have stood by this sentiment since the moment I left the theater. If you do not cry in the first 5 minutes of Up, I almost said Pixar, of Up, you don't have a soul. You don't have a soul. You have no soul. You just don't. I'm sorry. I hate to be the one to tell you that, but you don't. I mean, my God.
Good God.
Which makes you cry more, Maggie? Is it Up or Lava?
Oh dang! No, Up. Up gets me every time. Lava does make me cry, but Up makes me boo.
I feel like I should give Lava I mean, it's definitely Up, but I feel like Lava deserves some credit for just being a 3-minute movie and like completely destroys you. And Fly, it's not going nowhere. It's going nowhere, Maggie. Anything else you'd like to say?
No. No, so Noah Blue just slammed her head on the table.
So at the number 6 spot, dropping from number 5, is Spider-Verse, holding on strong with 6 million. Number 7, raising from the number
Yeah.
8. So it went up.
It's that it's a school bus load of kids. So we saw Kendall going into the theater
For Spider-Verse?
Yes.
Oh, no. Well, that was 6. It dropped from 5 to 6.
Oh, well.
So the next movie at number 7, which rose from number 8, so it actually went up a spot, is Transformers. Oddly enough, even though it's on digital now, like you can literally buy it, it made $3.4 million. Yeah, it's so weird. And then dropping from number 7 to number 8, so basically they switched
places.
Is No Hard Feelings.
Huh.
Still holding strong. Yeah, 3.3 million. And I mean, by holding strong, I mean it's out there.
No.
It's
still recognizable in the top 10 box office.
Yeah. And then right after it, number 9, dropping from the number 6 spot, is Joyride.
Hey.
Yeah, so 2.5 million. It's made $10 million so far domestically. All right, go watch Joyride if you want an R-rated comedy. It's funny. It's really funny.
Fun. It's a good time.
Number 10, dropping from number 9, is The Little Mermaid with 2.3 million. See, so like the whole weekend is a very low weekend. It's not like the whole weekend was high, you know.
Yeah, we'll see. Try to think.
Everybody's saving up that Barbenheimer money.
I think that's what some people are doing, maybe. Or, I mean, I know school's right around the corner for some people, and maybe they're not thinking, we'll go, because we saw a lot of people school shopping Saturday. I couldn't believe it.
Barf.
I want to barf. I don't want to go back.
But all that being said, we do have one more movie, so that's the top 10. But we're going to touch on this one last time. At number 13.
13, good God.
Dropping from the 11 spot. The Flash. So The Flash will end its theatrical run with $106 million. Should we do the in memoriam? Here, I got you. There we go. Flash. We liked you a lot. Yeah. But it's over. It's over, Flash. Sorry. Should have killed you when you had the chance. Get this, Maggie. The Flash, $106 million, will end its theatrical run a lower domestic box office than The Green Lantern. It made less than The Green Lantern, which saw as like the biggest bust in history. That sucks. God, it was good.
It was good.
I don't want to defend the Flash anymore because it's you want to know what's great, Maggie?
What?
It gets worse. Like the news about the Flash just gets worse. Okay,
like more craps happen.
No. Just the Flash just gets worse. So Warner Brothers Discovery announced that the Flash will be its latest blockchain movie.
Oh yeah, I saw this. Is such crap.
Yeah, this means that you will be able to purchase the film as a NFT. Through the blockchain service. I'm not going to say what it is. On July 18th, and it is the first new release to be released as an NFT. And the other Warner Brothers movies that have been released so far are the Lord of the Rings trilogy and the original Superman. Just Zaslav just
Y'all are like killing,
digging up
Earth.
Graves and Skull, messing with them. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I didn't say it. I didn't say what I was going to say. Like, I looked into this and I was like, what does that even mean? Like, what does it mean a movie's an NFT? It means nothing.
No.
Like, it's basically a digital copy. And like
That
they
means
had
it's
other
crap, more servers to set up and just keep on burning their own.
Yeah. That's Zaslav for you.
I'll shut up.
And boy, I got some fucking words about Zaslav. Maggie, what do you think about the box office this weekend? Any shockers?
I mean, we know that India was going down.
Yeah.
And
It's
the
going
Flash.
down.
The Flash, I didn't think we'd talk about the Flash anymore, to be honest.
I think, honestly, the only other time we'll talk about the Flash is when it hits digital. And we may not even talk about it then. We may just be like, hey, it's on digital. Watch our review. That's it. Like, it's worth watching.
It is. It's got a good story
And like,
to it.
I'm just going to tell you, if you're trying to avoid spoilers, they're everywhere. Like, they're probably marketing off of it by this point, but like,
yeah, like they did the Batman.
dude, I was on Threads. Yes, exactly. I was on Threads today. Literally, there were like 8 videos back to back to back. That was just every cameo.
Oh yeah, it's
Just completely.
yeah.
It's like, oh, check it out. Like, not even hiding it.
No, I remember after we watched it, the people complain about like that one part.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's too soon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was kind of surprised Eric Voss gave it away within like a week in one of the thumbnails.
No, that doesn't surprise me.
I just, God, come on, guys. Like, let's give people. But at the same time, it's the Flash, and nobody gives a fuck. So, what does it matter? We're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die.
Perfect ending there. So this is fun.
Go away.
For the first time ever, I'm gonna.
I was excited you was coming back, but go away.
For the first time ever, we're gonna reference a source for the first time on the podcast.
For the first time.
There it is.
Forever.
Via, and I'm only sourcing them because literally every article linked back to them. Okay, so like.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about this.
So like I can't like.
I love it,
but it's.
I love the source, guys.
Stephen, via CNBC, of all places.
Yeah.
Are we a CNBC family?
I don't know. I'm just trying to be funny more than anything.
I was like, I don't think we are.
Yeah,
We're not.
CNBC, such serious news.
I'm more of a Aaron Roper news.
Twitter news.
Him and a
Short stack news.
AYCN.
Yeah.
Is that his name? Yeah, that's it. That's where I get all my news.
Short stack.
Short stack.
Yeah, that's what Aaron Roper uses.
Hey man, if you name your stuff after pancakes, I'm always gonna be there.
I think that's the type of website it is.
Fuck.
It's like a blurty journal.
Substack.
Yeah.
Substack, not short stack.
I thought it was short stack.
Not substack, because you sub to it. Like a sub shack.
Sub shack.
It's a little old place where we can get some meatballs. All right. Via CNBC, Bob Iger says Disney is pulling back on making Marvel and Star Wars content. I made this, by the way.
Good job.
I'm
proud of you.
I found this.
It needs hand claps.
This was a PNG. That's why it's like 8 times bigger than
I love the fact that you're telling me the file name.
And then this was dust from Adobe, like their like library of pictures, and I just like got rid of some and then made it transparent a little bit. It looks like shit. So yeah, Disney is pulling back on making Marvel and Star Wars content. So I'm gonna read through this. We may feel free to stop me at any point, but we're just to get kind of the highlights here.
CNBC baby.
Yeah, God. The move comes as the company is looking to cut costs during a time when its recent films from Marvel to animation have underwhelmed at the box office. Quote, "You pull back not just to focus, but also as part of our cost containment initiative, spending less on what we make and making less," Iger said. Earlier this year, Disney rolled out a broad reorganization of the business that included $5.5 billion in cutting costs, of which $3 billion would be slashed from content, excluding sports. Yeah. So, like, sports is not getting cut.
Oh, of course, because sports isn't like just made up.
You can't just like
out of thin air.
Hey, we're cutting 7 basketball games this year.
These teams don't exist anymore, guys.
Maybe they should do that. Okay, here's what I propose. Okay, it's the NBA. It's the NBA. And instead of doing like it's the tournament, it's March Madness, right? It's crazy. But instead of like getting eliminated, it's the Hunger Games. You stop being a team. Your team is dissolved. Okay?
Oh dang, that sounds awful, Matt.
And but it's only the person that comes in second. All the other teams are safe. Okay, so like if you get out early, you're fine. So it's only the championship game. You either get a $10 billion bonus, or you get decapitated.
God.
Yeah. Say goodbye to the Los Angeles Wizards or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
Washington Wizards.
I don't watch sports. Get out of here.
Angeles Lakers.
I gave my heart to sports once. Okay. And that was the fan
Volleyball, that's right.
No, the fan league football thing that Kind of Funny was a part of.
Yeah,
and what did they do? They went all in on NFTs. So there you go. There it is.
Bye-bye.
Sorry, Josh McCouga. I'm joking. Josh McCouga's fine. I think I went close up of you for that.
Anyways.
Marvel is a great example of that, propping up Disney Plus to get more customers. It had not been in the television business at any significant level, and not only did they increase their movie output, but they ended up making a number of TV series, said Iger. Frankly, it diluted focus and attention. That's how he feels about Marvel. In the Lucasfilm front, there hasn't been a Star Wars film in theaters since 2019, and the company is focused primarily on series such as Emmy nominees Andor and Obi-Wan Kenobi for Disney Plus. Maggie's
Read
favorite.
between the lines, Iger.
Lucasfilm's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, the fifth film in the franchise, has underwhelmed at the box office despite a plum release date around the 4th of July. Underperformed, to say the least. We just covered that. Iger said it was possible the company would license Disney content to other streaming platforms. It's a possibility. I won't rule it out, Iger said. He added that licensing has been a part of a collection of models that formed the traditional TV business, and holding back content for their own platform in the early days of streaming was the right move, but it may not be anymore.
Yeah, I think I read something about that.
So that's pretty much the whole thing.
I read the really interesting article. I can't remember who it was from.
What was it? About
on Twitter.
Bobby Boy?
Yeah. Well, it was just about Disney in particular. Like, I think it was like a few years back, there was a rumor that Apple wanted a part of Disney or something. And that...
Well, Steve Jobs was part...
Yeah.
Like he was... he had so much stock in it.
But like, it sounded like...
From the Pixar buyout. Sorry, I just had to throw that out there.
Like a few years back, they tried to get Hulu. That's what it was.
Disney?
No. Apple.
Oh,
They
okay.
wanted Hulu.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But then Disney acquired it.
Okay.
Or had it. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
But like, said that, don't rule out the possibility that Bob Iger could possibly sell some things for parts.
Yeah. Honestly, it doesn't make a lot of sense for them to have Disney Plus and Hulu.
Yeah, and also in the same thing I read that it would be smart for them to at least try to move Hulu and Disney Plus into one.
Yeah.
Because they basically have kind of sort of some of the same stuff on both.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the thing is with Disney Plus, you're really sticking to the Disney branding.
Yes.
When you start putting stuff like FX shows on Disney Plus, like it kind of just dilutes the idea of what Disney is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, was that really getting you?
But then in other countries across the world, they're getting other things on Disney Plus that are not Disney. So
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
for sure. And honestly, I mean, I don't know. They kind of, I hate to say it, they've kind of fucked themselves over. Like, like it sucks. Like, don't get me wrong. I kind of agree with some of the stuff he's talking about. Like, I do feel like Marvel has been diluted because there's been so much content. Too, yeah. And like a lot of that stuff has been enjoyable. Like She-Hulk was great. But like Moon Knight was fun. I loved Shang-Chi, but like the Eternals, and Black Widow wasn't a big thing. And even like the movies that were supposed to be like the biggies, like Multiverse of Madness and the Ant-Man, Quantumania. Yeah. Like even those were kind of...
They were kind of let down.
Yeah. And so like...
we was expecting, to be wowed like we usually are when it comes to those types of movies in that part of the phase, and we wasn't.
Yeah. And I mean, between the 2 years since Endgame, well, I guess it's been more than that now, but they had already doubled the amount of like hours of content just in 2 years from the previous like 15 years of the MCU because of all the shows and movies and stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, I do feel like there is some truth in all of that. However, Bob Iger apparently sucks ass now. He probably always has, and we just weren't aware.
I think he hit it well. I think that's what it was.
Well, he's just very much, I mean, he's a CEO, CFO, whatever the hell he is. And like, you know, obviously there's the strike going on, and I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on this. I tried. I was like, we should do a segment about the strike. And I really, there's so much nuance to it that we're just, it's too much for us to break down. If we did, we'd have to do like a standalone hour-long live stream of just about the strike, because there's so much to it.
Yeah.
But I will say that, like,
watch Black Mirror.
What?
The first episode. Joan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with the strike?
Because it's kind of like an example of how they're going to use AI.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Fair.
Kind of.
That's fair.
Not exactly, but like,
no,
it's
I mean,
the gist.
That's a good point. I thought you was talking about the episode we watched today.
Oh, no, not
huge
that
bummer.
One. That one was weird.
Listen, we're not going to spoil anything. All right. But
Log Henry was good.
The one with Aaron Paul.
Yeah. And
Josh Hartnett. Of all people. Just a bummer. Like, honestly, to me, super mean. It was just really mean. Like, we got to the end of it. I was like,
sitting there. I was like, what's going to happen now?
And then what happens, and you're just like, like, you pulled me in to show me this?
I wasn't satisfied.
Yeah. I will never be satisfied. But as far as the strike goes, Bob Iger is very much on the side of, writers and actors are being ridiculous, wanting health care and living wage. And it's like, buddy boy, you make like $500 million a year or something like that.
He makes 400 times more than the lowest paid individual in the show business.
And like, all they're wanting is to not have their likeness used in AI, and for AI to not be able to use writer scripts.
No.
To make new scripts.
And like,
not that it would be good even if they were allowed to do it. Like, AI scripts would be horrendous.
Yes, they would.
It would be terrible.
People would be talking like robots, I think.
Well, I mean, it would be, honestly, at that point, it would be like Idiocracy. Somebody put it perfectly. I'm sorry. If you have a thought, you say your thought.
Oh, like I was telling you, like, it's going to put so many people out of a job, like casting directors, if they decide to go this route.
To just digitize all the actors.
And you just digitize everything. It's not going to be exciting. You're not going to get real emotion out of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm trying to think, like, who was it? Somebody said, I think it was Simon Pegg, said that an AI can only make mediocrity, because all it can do is see everything that exists and then kind of extrapolate something from that to create something, right?
Yeah.
It's nothing new. Like, it doesn't have a new idea. It doesn't have a new thought. It just kind of takes bits and pieces from all over the place and then spits out something, right? But there's no soul there. And like, to remove the soul from art, like, of course it's going to be garbage. Like, you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, people eat garbage. Like, there will be people that watch it and that love it and are not stupid, but that just have poor taste, right? But like, do we really want that? Like, what's the point of being in that business? If you're just wanting to make money, go fucking, I don't know, shell some seashells by the seashore.
I'll tell you, a good actor to listen to is James Gunn's brother, Sean.
Sean
and he was on Gilmore Girls. But
great.
he pretty much he lets it go off.
Yeah, it was really good,
especially after the Hollywood Reporter
did
an article. And they
posted his video from the picket line, and then they took it down because he didn't reference the fact that the residuals don't come from Netflix or whatever.
And he let them have it though. I saw the tweet underneath it. Original, he just he's like, I did not say anything about that word.
Yeah, residuals. Yeah.
Nothing.
It's definitely an odd time, and somebody, I don't think they've actually said who, but one of the people that was talking, one of the higher ups, one of the producers or whatever, was saying our plan is to bleed them out, like to let the writers, when it comes to the writers and the actors, Which I think this was actually before the actors went on strike.
Yeah, this was before that they said they were going to let the writers go hungry
and lose their houses,
and
let their families starve.
Yeah,
and like we'll just wait it out until. And then who was it? That guy that played Hellboy. Ron Perlman. Yeah, he was like, "You listen here, motherfuckers." It was great.
He said, "I don't know." I don't know which MFer said that, but by God, I'll find you. And I was like, oh God.
He will kill you.
I'm like, you're pissing off the wrong people.
Yeah. And apparently Tom Cruise was at a meeting between the two, like between the executives and like the heads of the guilds, and was like trying to get them to come to a agreement, especially about the AI side of stuff.
Yeah.
And it obviously didn't work, but
oh man,
he was trying. Like he was like, you need to listen to what they're saying. Here's what's gonna happen. Okay?
I'm sorry, y'all don't listen to Tom Cruise.
Hey man, when you can make 56 million in 3 days, why not listen to him? You know what I'm saying? The man saved cinema. Top Gun Maverick. Cinema was dead, and then Top Gun Maverick came out.
He loves popcorn.
Top Gun Maverick came out and died for our sins, so the movie cinemas could go to heaven. I'm just saying, he bled. All right. All right, listen. Here's what's gonna happen. All right, here's my prediction for what's gonna happen with the strike. Okay, it's gonna be a huge fucking disaster. We're gonna get a lot of garbage out of it, and then eventually they're gonna sign a deal that they're not happy with, that the writers are not happy with, that the actors are not happy with. But they're going to sign it anyway, and we're just going to continue on. And it'll probably fuck up entertainment for a good year and a half.
Yeah. Like, it's been 63 years since both the writers and actors have been on strike.
At the same time?
At the same time.
Yeah.
Because back when we were in high school, right?
2008?
Well, nope. I was out of high school. Never mind. But, like, the writers went on strike, and that lasted, what?
Honestly, I feel like it didn't even last a whole year.
No, it didn't, but like you could tell.
It messed with everything.
Yeah,
like we were still feeling it in 2010. Like we're still feeling the crap because of that. You know, the only thing that kind of good came out of it was Dr. Horrible. And like, if that's the best we got, then God help us.
Yeah,
you know? I won't be looking for a Dr. Horrible 2 this time.
No.
Unfortunately.
No, unfortunately.
So yeah, obviously we are on the side of the writers and the actors. It's not like, I know there's a lot of people, a lot of the higher ups, especially people like Tom Cruise and Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, like, you know, that make a lot of money and stuff. And sure, that's a whole other conversation of, you know, should they be paid that much and all that, whatever. That's a different conversation than, hey, we just want to pay you for one day's work. To digitize you and then be able to use your image in perpetuity for all of forever. Yeah. And never have to pay you anything again.
I saw somebody that got like 3 cents off of something.
Yeah, there was somebody that got it was $29. I think it was for Orange is the New Black. Was their residual check. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Orange is the New Black.
And that is still a popular series that people watch to this day. They barely see a cent. And hey, you know what?
Oh God.
Weird thing to call back to. Ninja Turtles 3. Yeah. Corey.
Oh, he only got
they paid
$1,500.
$1,500.
God. Just going back to the sewers. All right. Anyway, we're definitely on that side of the fence. So, anything else you want to say before we go to the next story? Moving on. Via James Gunn and a lot of other places, but we're just going to go with James Gunn here. The Superman Legacy film has had some casting updates. So,
they announced the Luthor.
Do what?
I wish they announced the Luthor.
Oh, yeah, it'd be nice. Honestly, it'd be really good if we got a Luthor. Michael Rosenbaum. No.
We wish.
So, of course, we already knew that these two... I'm already blanking on their names. I had them earlier, and now I'm completely blanking. I did not write them down because I was like, I'll remember them. But we know these two have already been cast as Superman and Lois. Following that, we have Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. Right there.
James Gunn said, yes, I want him to have a bowl cut.
Now, Guy Gardner, Green Lantern.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Guy Gardner is the third human Green Lantern after Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart.
Okay.
He is a bit of a hothead. At one point, he became a Red Lantern.
Ah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Like when they all had to use like other powers, like Hal became... What did Hal become? I forget what Hal became. But like Jon Stewart was like indigo. And Kyle was, I think, blue, I think. Anyway, was it pink?
Hal Jordan pink?
Listen, it was a whole thing, okay? Don't even worry about it. It was the Green Lantern War. It was fun. It was good. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So Guy Gardner, bit of a hothead. I think it was him, Batman punched him in the face. I think.
God.
Because there was,
Bruce.
At one point, and you may know about this, I think you've seen this stuff before, but there was a book called Justice League International.
Yeah.
And it was like a comedy version of Justice League. Like it wasn't supposed to be. I didn't know it was
a comedy version. Oh
like,
my God.
It wasn't originally going to be, but then the more it went, the funnier it got. And so like that's when Blue Beetle and Booster Gold really like partnered up with each other. And they opened like a casino in the jungle. So that's Guy Gardner was the Green Lantern in that book.
Oh God.
And Batman was also in the book, and he punched the shit out of Guy Gardner, if I'm remembering correctly. I could be wrong. So Nathan Fillion, of course, everybody knows Captain Top Pants from Firefly, Captain Hammer, and that one Southern preacher from Buffy. You ready to finish this bitch? But yeah, Guy Gardner. And somebody asked James Gunn, they said, hey, what happened to the other guy that was supposed to be Guy Gardner in the Green Lantern series that's supposed to be coming out?
Yeah.
And he said, he's like, is the Green Lantern series a different universe? Like, what's the deal there? And James Gunn said that Nathan Fillion will be Guy Gardner throughout the DCU. Anytime Guy Gardner is shown, it will be Nathan Fillion. So that's kind of where he left it. He didn't necessarily say he'd been recast or anything, but that's where he left it. Outside of that, of course, we've got some more here. Let me get over to Maggie. We've got Isabella Merced. I hope I'm saying that right. Who is playing? I'm trying to. Hawk Girl. That's right. She was Dora the Explorer.
Yeah.
In the live action Dora movie.
Yes. Hi, Angie.
Hey, Mom. But so we got Hawkman in Black Adam, which I'm assuming is no longer canon at this point.
It's not.
But now we got Hawk Girl, which I
won't get Pierce Bronson anymore.
Now let me ask this: Hawk Girl, she was the one that was in Justice League.
Yes,
right?
Yes, she was, and I really liked her. She's very well. I mean, all the Hawk people, they're very aggressive.
Yeah,
very aggressive. Sure. But I always liked Hawk Girl.
I know it's hard to not say Hawk
Girl.
You have to really enunciate
it. Emphasis on the
because otherwise it just comes out as Hot Girl.
Yeah,
you're like, that's not what I'm trying to say.
She's pretty, but I don't want to call her that.
Right. We don't want to be like sexist or anything.
No.
Yeah, I get it. Then on down the line, we've got Eddie. Am I reading the right one? Yeah, Eddie Gathegi. I probably mispronounced that. Sorry about that. As Mr. Terrific, he's got a T on his face.
Yeah.
And if you're a fan of Arrow, the character Mr. Terrific was in Arrow, so you may have actually already seen this character. That's the only
reason why I'm somewhat familiar about Mr. Terrific.
And Eddie was actually in what was it? He was in Twilight. And he was also, I believe his name was Darwin in X-Men First Class.
I think I remember you telling me about that.
But yeah, so interesting that they decided to go with Mr. Terrific.
It's
just interesting.
I like it.
He's an interesting one. He's like a tech kind of person. Like there's this whole story arc about what was it called? It was like Future's End or something, and like it took place 5 years in the future of the current DC, and like his little terrific orbs or whatever took over the universe or something. I don't know. It's something weird. I don't remember, but yeah, it was interesting. And then we've got Anthony Carrigan, Emmy nominated actor from Barry, playing Metamorpho.
Apparently that was one of James Gunn's favorite characters.
I can totally believe that. So Metamorpho is another fun one. I think in the New 52 they like switched genders. and they made Metamorpho a girl. If I'm remembering correctly, it was around like the Forever Evil time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. He's definitely making sure we're aware that monsters exist in this universe.
Which I appreciate.
Sure.
Because not a lot of people know that about the DC stuff.
It's just interesting that Metamorpho is already in the DC universe, like it's just interesting. That's all I'm saying. It's not bad.
Everybody was saying, yeah, he casted Nathan Fillion so he could kill him off again.
I mean, maybe.
I was like, no,
at one point Guy Gardner does lose his ring for whatever reason and gets injected with like some sort of alien virus thing, and it's basically the Hulk, but like it's like he still looks like himself, but just like huge, bigger, and like has like red tattoos all over. It's weird. It's really weird. And when they did Green Lantern Rebirth, they kind of fixed all that and retconned it. But anyway, it's definitely interesting. James Gunn had this to say: we're entering a world where superheroes exist and have existed for quite a while. They're a part of one side of Superman's world, just like Lois and Jimmy are a part of another. So he's basically saying, well, let me finish the quote. I've never used one movie to set up another movie. The characters are there because they help tell Superman's story better, not so we can set up separate projects in the franchise. Superman and Lois are the very clear protagonists. So anybody worried about like, this is just set up,
this is no,
like Wakanda Forever.
Yeah,
how it was just like, oh hey, we're not going to end the film. We're actually just going to set up 5 other Disney Plus projects. You know?
I mean, he did that with Guardians also, like
had multiple characters.
Multiple characters coming in and out. And I mean, I was so happy when he brought Cosmo back.
Yeah. And you can argue like John C. Reilly, like if you weren't aware, like that's going to be setting up a Nova movie or something. Obviously no, it's just another character.
No. I mean, they show up in the Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Disney World.
Yeah, which is great. Oh my God, go to Epcot, everybody. But no, this dropped. Honestly, there wasn't a whole lot to say the day it dropped, but just wanted to catch everybody up on the goings on in Superman.
Still want to know about this Skarsgård brothers war for Luthor.
Which one?
Which brother did you choose?
Somebody else was rumored. Oh, I wish I could remember it. Something like for some reason Adrian Brody.
Adrian Brody.
Like I don't think that's it.
Wow.
I don't think it's who it was. I don't think that's who it was. But like that's in my head. Like that's the kind of actor that I'm thinking about. Which obviously probably nothing else will be said until the strikes are over. Because James Gunn said he's not going to do any more development while the strikes are going. And what's his name? Christopher Nolan said he's not going to do anymore.
He says Mark Hamill even retweeted it out like, we need more of this.
Totally.
Because somebody approached Nolan and asked if he was going to do a Star Wars film, because apparently that was a rumor flying around. He said, I'm not doing anything until these strikes are over with.
Well, and he did definitively say, I'm not doing a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Like they said, would you do another superhero movie? And he said no. And then when they said, would you do a Star Wars? That's when he said, I'm not doing anything until the writer's strike. So, I mean, it doesn't mean that he would actually do one. I doubt he would.
My favorite news of the day was that Disney was going to bring back gargoyles in a live action.
Oh my God.
Directed by
Kenneth Branagh. Maggie found this picture of Kenneth Branagh next to the Gargoyles cartoon and said like that he was directing a live action adaptation of Gargoyles.
It's been debunked. It's not true.
God,
I just thought it was so funny that I follow, I think it's called Comic Book. It's probably comicbook.com, I think. I follow them, and usually they're pretty good about their news. Well, apparently they had posted this picture, and it said above it says, "This has been debunked. This is not true."
Yeah.
The fact that they made a picture for it and everything.
We should have included that. And like I should have tried to keep it from you that it had been debunked, and then be like, "Oh, breaking news!"
Oh, I turned. I was fixing his coffee. And I was like, I turned up the brightness so he could see it. He went, "Oh my God!"
I was not about that at all. I was like, you're taking a property I don't care about and giving it to a director I don't really care about.
Even when I first saw it, I was like, no, don't do it.
The first
don't do it.
The first thought that went through my head was, really, the guy from Thor?
Well, also I know that guy from
the director. From Thor,
that guy is also in.
What guy?
The director,
Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah, he's in.
He's the detective, but not the good one.
I know him from a different movie.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot, it's a Shakespeare thing.
Love.
But no.
Shakespeare in Love?
No.
Romeo and Juliet. Hamlet.
No, it's not Hamlet.
Much Ado About Nothing.
Maybe.
Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice was a Shakespeare. That was
Abraham
Jane
Lincoln, Vampire Hunter.
Matt. That was a good, decent movie.
Was it? I never watched it.
Watched it in theaters. It was pretty.
Billy watched it and said it was cool.
It was pretty wild.
Anyway.
Different. Anyways.
Anything else you want to say about this before we move on to the main topic, Maggie?
No.
All right. Main topic. That's right, everybody. We're getting ready to talk about Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. If this is your first time watching, joining us for a movie review, just so you know the way that we handle these, we will do a... You're really throwing me off. The way we do this, we will do a non-spoiler conversation first, and then when we go into spoilers, Maggie will throw the spoilers up on the screen. There it is. And then of course we'll talk spoilers, and once we're done we'll come out of the spoilers tag. So there will also be this noise that'll let you know that we're entering and exiting spoilers. So once we're done with spoilers, we'll then add Mission Impossible to our summer 2023 ranking. We'll see where it falls. So all that being said, Maggie,
I'm gonna jump off a roof.
I want to ride a motorcycle and joust another bro on a motorcycle.
Boo.
That's right, Mission Impossible 2, baby.
Boo.
I still need to show you the Mission Impossible 2 spoof they did for the movie awards, where Ben Stiller was Tom Cruise's stunt double.
Yeah,
it's great. It's great.
I think I remember that.
It's so good. It's stupid good.
Because didn't he kind of do like a Zoolander thing whenever he was trying to be Tom Cruise or something?
Yeah, I mean, he would do like the. He was like, yeah, it's almost like
I should wore my sunglasses.
He said, it's almost like we finish each other's sentences. And Tom Cruise said, well, I wouldn't say we finish each other's sentences. And then they both laugh at each other for like 5 minutes. It's great. One of the best things in it ever. Anyway, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 came out over the weekend. Maggie and I went and watched it. And we actually, just to set this up a little bit, we just finished a complete rewatch of the entire... I almost said Fast and Furious. The entire Mission Impossible franchise.
No, never again.
This was Maggie's first time seeing 1 and 2, and my first time seeing 1 and 2 in a long time.
Well, it was one seen it for a long time, and I'd never seen 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You saw 1 like when you was a kid or something.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So we watched all those. I forgot how freaking good 3 is. 3 is just freaking awesome. Good. Oh my god. And then, Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, Fallout, all of them. So good. Super awesome. These are just generic words I'm throwing out at this point. It's so good. It's super so awesome. Good. Oh my god, bro. It's like, but no, it was really good so far. Mm-hmm. So going into this one, pretty excited.
Yeah.
I've seen Tom Cruise fly off the mountain on his motorcycle about 10,000 times now.
And we wanted to know
what happens.
Where's he going?
And we found out. We're not going to tell you.
We're not going to tell you.
Obviously, because that'd be a spoiler.
Spoilers.
But we went and watched it. And Maggie, how'd you feel about Dead Reckoning Part 1?
I loved it.
Oh! I thought I had it. I really thought I had it. I was about to Mr. Miyagi that thing.
I noticed that.
Anyway, no, it's really great. Honestly, I would say one of it's definitely in the top half of Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah.
Like, out of 7, it's in the top 3, I guess. would be half, right? What would you say? Like, if you had to say which one is the best?
Oh God.
And it's hard, right?
Yeah, it's hard. I enjoyed the sixth one.
The sixth one's good. Fallout.
Yeah, and I like the third one.
We had a few community polls go out, so let's touch on these real quick.
Community.
So earlier today, we asked, how would you rate Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning? Remember, this is on our YouTube channel, so you can just go to the community post tab and you can vote in every poll that we do. We usually have a few every day. How would you rate Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning? With 52 votes, 62% gave it 5 stars out of a possible 5. 21% gave it 4 stars. 12% gave it 3 stars. 0% gave it 2 stars. 6% gave it 0 or gave it 1 star.
What movie did you go watch?
There's always people that do that though. Like they like to just fuck with it. Yeah, they really do.
You ugly troll.
And then over the weekend, over the weekend, we asked which Mission Impossible movie is the best, not including Dead Reckoning.
Yeah.
And it was between Mission Impossible 3, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, and Fallout. And with 166 votes, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation came out on top with 38% of the vote. Second place was Fallout with 34% of the vote. And then Ghost Protocol and Impossible 3 were 13%. I'm sorry, 15% and 13% with Mission Impossible 3 getting the lowest.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
That opening is just insane. These are all also really good movies.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They're very well written. They're fun.
I'll be honest, kind of surprised Rogue Nation got the top spot.
Yeah.
I like Rogue Nation.
I liked it too, but I'm shocked too.
Really, Rogue Nation? I mean, I guess the box. Like the box at the end is pretty great.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I feel like Fallout was
pretty great.
Like the best.
Also Jeremy Renner. Bring him back.
Oh wait, he actually was in an accident. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant like he's not in this.
Bring him back for part 2.
Is that a spoiler for us to say he's not in this?
Yeah, I mean, clearly he's not in the movie poster. I mean,
it's a good point, Maggie. You make a damn good point. So I would say if I had to put this on a scale, I would say I'd put this probably 3 is always going to be really important to me. Like I love 3. It kind of reinvigorated the franchise. I think that opening is one of the best openings that they've had. The heart because of him being married in it and stuff, like all of that really. I feel like it just set it apart. So I'd probably put 3 at number 1, and then Dead Reckoning and Fallout would probably be fighting for 2nd and 3rd in my head.
Yeah,
and then like Ghost Protocol.
I'm having a hard time with that
1 and 2 probably.
But then I loved all of this movie. I don't know.
No, it's really good. My only thing would just be that again, it's a part 1.
Yeah.
But there's not really a cliffhanger.
Yeah, Tom Cruise even said that we wanted to leave you all satisfied leaving the movie theater. Because, like, I mean, how many movies have we seen this summer that have had cliffhangers?
Yeah, like stupid cliffhangers.
And I mean,
like big cliffhangers.
And we even begged, please don't let Mission Impossible end on a cliffhanger.
Now, I will say it does,
it still leaves it open.
Yes.
But it's not like you're going to hang off the edge of your seat because you don't know what's going to happen.
It feels like in all of these movies, there's always a mission, right? And it's an impossible mission, okay? That's what's in this movie is another impossible mission. And so it's kind of like, just for reference, if they took one of the movies that they've already done, and if like, when they get to like the end of the second act, and like there's the twist, like, oh, it turns out, spoilers for Fallout, Henry Cavill's actually a bad guy.
Oh,
it would be like if how they deal with that, right? And like he flies away on the helicopter, and then the team's like regrouping and coming up with a plan or whatever.
Yeah,
it'd be like if it ended like when he takes off in the helicopter, and like so like it's kind of like the plot up to that point is done, but like it's opened up a whole nother plot. Yeah. And that's kind of what this feels like.
Yeah.
Is like we've conquered the one thing about this, but like there's
another step to this.
Yeah. And like that's gonna be the whole rest of the mission or whatever. Yeah. And so like that's kind of what it is. Yeah. Which is good.
I was fine with that. God.
I feel like you correct me because I may be just totally off base here.
Okay.
I feel like it's similar to like Deathly Hallows Part 1. where like it's not like
Jariana, if you're still there, help me out.
like I feel like it's not like a hard boom to be continued. Like it ends, and like there's more to the story, obviously.
Yes.
But it's not like, you know, will Harry live? Will the fawns jump over the shark? Like it's nothing like that.
It was subtle.
Yeah, like wasn't it Dobby? He died, and like they buried him, and then he was like, "Oh shit!" And at the end, you know,
yeah,
something like that. Spoilers for Deathly Hallows Part 1, I guess.
Don't listen to him.
Dobby free now. Master gave Dobby a sock.
Hey, wait, Potter. Your brother's been watching those. I hope you didn't.
She dead, Potter. She dead. Your mama dead, Potter.
Shut up.
Big D. I'm just kidding. Dobby doesn't die. Or does he? It doesn't matter. Let's be honest. It doesn't. There's so much more to the story than that. Anyway.
I didn't see the head nod anywhere.
Oh, it happened. No, it happened. He did the head nod in it. Yeah. I saw it. And I went like that.
Oh, okay.
When it happened. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Just so much crap has happened since then. It's just.
Hey, no worries, man. So that's really all we can say that's spoiler free. We didn't really say much other than we really enjoyed it.
We really enjoyed it.
Anything you want to say before we get into spoilers?
I will say the stunts are very good.
Yes.
As always.
Ooh, thank you. Yes. Haley Atwell. Her chemistry with Tom Cruise, amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Chef's kiss.
Honestly.
Loved it.
Like, you could feel just the sexual tension dripping off the screen. All right. Like, it just splatted all over the face.
Matt. Also,
what? Like, the tension.
This is the actress that played Mantis in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Palm?
Yeah. I really, really enjoyed her.
She's great.
She did a really great job.
I would say there wasn't really anybody that didn't do good. I would say, I can't think of his character's name.
Luther.
I would say, if anything, he was maybe underutilized.
But I think they tell the reason, but like, I understand why they did that.
Yeah. And when we get in spoilers, I actually read something today that kind of gives a little bit more info on the why.
I can't think of her name. She wants to be the Invisible Woman.
Yeah. And she's really good in it too.
I loved her in this. She's funny.
Yeah. I'm glad they kind of not really expanded her role, but just gave her more.
Yeah.
She did really good in it.
Like, she's supposed to be strange and awkward, and I just love I won't say anything.
Yeah.
But
it was good.
It just cracked me up.
Yeah. I think that's all we can say before getting spoilers. Anything else you want to say?
Nope.
All right, everybody. This is the spoiler section. If you don't want to be spoiled on Mission Impossible's Dead Reckoning Part 1, then come back in a few minutes. I can't believe Tom Cruise was dead the whole time.
No, he wasn't.
Oh my God, Maggie.
Ethan Hunt will never die.
He is the physical manifestation of destiny. That's still my favorite line.
Forever immortal.
So, okay. They killed off his girl.
Yeah.
Well, his lady friend. Very
Elsa.
Like, very anticlimactic with her.
Yeah, but I feel like, I don't know, she always flipped the switch though in the movies.
I
like,
mean, sure, but
for
like
1 minute, I'm going to steal all this crap, and then the next minute, I'm going to work with you, Ethan, and then the next minute, I'm not going to work with you.
Well, honestly, it's not even that. It just feels like her character was like sidelined, and then they kill her, and it's like, well, like, I mean, you've set her up for 2 movies to be like this very big important love interest, and then we just kind of off her for no reason. And don't get me wrong, like, I actually, I hate to say this, but I prefer him with Haley Atwell, because I mean, just their chemistry is just way, like, leagues better.
Yeah, and I told you this in the car. Quit killing his women, for God's sakes.
Really
that
like
theme
is
getting so old, like that. And
I mean, at least they didn't kill his wife,
Elsa weird, but like, she was a really good character, and like, she could fight. She could do it all because she was part of the Britain's IMF.
Yeah. And then they fridge her.
Yeah.
And it's like, did you have to? Like,
she looked like a badass with that eye patch and the sniper. Love that.
So one of the things I read, and I don't know how much truth it is, and I mean, a lot of it's probably speculation, but apparently the reason Luther wasn't in it much, and her as well, is because of like the COVID stuff. Because they
Oh.
were trying to film during COVID. Remember all the what did he do? Like when he was yelling at the people for not
He's
following
like,
the stuff,
"You're not. You put your mask on," and
which was great.
it
was great. I
was
loved
like,
it.
"You go, man."
And
Like
so,
that.
like-
That proved to me even more. I was like, "I like you."
And so apparently, when they were shooting all of Luther's scenes, like they kind of shoot like he's not really in a lot of scenes
No.
at the same time, like in the same frame as like other actors. And so like I don't know if he like refused to work with other people because he was trying to be protective, or if he
What was the other way around?
yeah, I don't know. But like there's even in the cast at the end, like it says like Luther stand-in or whatever. Yeah, like on set stand-in. So
Come on, man.
it's like anytime they show him, they're just kind of cross-cutting between him and somebody else. And so that's why like he's like, I gotta go. I gotta be completely off the grid at the end.
Yeah, I gotta work on this
because they
source
just
code.
had to write him out of the movie essentially. And I don't know if like maybe that's why they couldn't really utilize. Is her name Elsa?
Yeah, that's her character's name.
Okay, I don't know if that's another reason why they kind of had to underutilize her in it
Yeah.
because similar reasons. And then like they just kind of had to write her out. You know,
Yeah.
it kind of felt to me. It kind of hits the same way that. And I think I don't know if you've seen this one. But in Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock.
No.
Okay. Spoilers for Star Trek 3, sorry. But you've seen Wrath of Khan.
Yes.
And like, it turns out Kirk has a son with that lady, right?
Yeah.
So his son dies in 3.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like he's just killed by a Klingon. He's like, you Klingon bastard, you killed my son.
Yeah.
And like, it just kind of feels like that, where it's like you set up like this character,
Yeah.
the son, which seems important, and then just immediately write him off, and like that's kind of what it felt like with Elsa. Like they spent 2 movies really setting her up, and then in this one they're like, oh well, she's wanted, and then like she was dead, you gotta stay dead, like
Yeah.
and again that's writing her out of the movie for a large chunk of it. And then we get to like, she's in it maybe 30 minutes until they kill her off. And it's like, why did they have to do that?
Because the entity.
Well, it feels more like there's something on the outside of the film kind of making them do stuff. Wow. But no, aside from that, I thought it was really great.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Haley Atwell, just phenomenal job.
Yeah, and
Phenomenal.
Also, I do believe she did some of her own car stunts. There's one
Yeah,
scene
yeah,
where
yeah.
she drifts on a curve in Rome, and the camera's on the mirror. And I was like, that's her driving it.
Yeah.
And also, she's actually in the yellow Fiat with Tom. Well, she's in the car every time with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Doing any of the car stunts. So I thought that was pretty awesome.
That's awesome. Honestly, with her entirety in the MCU,
Yes.
like she never shone as bright as she did in this movie. She
Yeah.
was phenomenal.
I always liked her. I
I
think
love
she's
Peggy.
pretty.
I love
Yeah.
Peggy. She's awesome, but
Yeah.
like her chemistry with Chris Evans, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was great, but then I saw her with Tom, and it's like, fuck, like this is really
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
like this is really solid.
I agree. I mean, it was kind of nice, like that she didn't know anything about them.
Yeah. She was
And-
somewhere between Elsa and his wife,
Yes.
where like she wasn't helpless, but she also wasn't like a super spy.
No. Yeah.
So like she still needed help, but like,
he
could
kept-
take care of herself.
Because he kept on asking, are you okay? You're
Yeah.
gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Everybody's gonna be okay.
Because like I guess like Elsa was not really boring, but like you were never really that concerned about her because she matched Ethan,
Yeah.
and so like
that's what made Ethan attracted to
yeah,
her.
and so like you kind of lost that little bit of drama, I guess, that you would get out of a character like that.
Yeah.
Which is probably why they brought his wife back in the end of 6, so they could have like, oh well, if this goes off, she dies, just so we can kind of caption on, the drama
Yes.
of losing somebody, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was really good. Don't get me wrong. I love the ending. I really like the AI. I thought that was an interesting idea. The opening scene with Kittredge and like the whole group of people.
Yeah, the national security people.
And dude, and when it ends up being Ethan, like I loved all of that. I loved it.
It's classic. We was just sitting there like, that's Ethan. Who's
and
Ethan?
Like,
which person's Ethan? Right,
yeah.
that person's Ethan. Also, dude from Princess Bride. As You Wish. He's the director of national security.
Unrealized idea. You mean the guy from Twister, Maggie? Just so we're clear. 'Cause your days of sniffing the dirt
Matt.
are over.
No, Matt. I know. It's the guy from Robin Hood and Men in Tights.
Maggie. It's the guy from Liar Liar.
No, Matt.
The Claw. You're scared of the Claw.
Get away. You suck at that. No, it's the guy from, I don't know which one it is, Saw.
Jesus. Oh my God. I think it's the first one.
First one.
Yeah. Because he's the guy that has to cut off his own arm. Right? Yeah. God.
I've never watched that. I've only heard about it.
Danny Glover's in it. Yeah. Like,
that's so random.
I'll be honest. Right? Like, when I went and watched it, like, I think I was watching it with my brother Billy. And, like, we were sitting there, and all of a sudden, Danny Glover is on the screen. We're like, wait, Danny Glover is in this? Why is Danny Glover in this? He's like a cop.
Is Dan Aykroyd in this picture?
No. Oddly enough, Danny Aykroyd is not, but it's Bill Murray.
Hey, at AMC theaters, they sell Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Skull.
They do. They do. It's Dan Aykroyd's like magic vodka or whatever.
I stopped and looked, and I was like, is that what I think it is?
And it was.
It was.
He curses each bottle before he ships it off.
He puts a ghost in each bottle.
Oh, man. Anyway, I don't know. Anything else you want to say?
The train scene was pretty wild. I mean, how the build up to the whole entire thing on the train was pretty crazy, because we finally found out where the bike, like him and the bike go. The bike doesn't make it.
That's so much better. I've been wearing my headphones backwards the whole time. I was like, what is wrong?
Yeah, you could definitely tell.
Right. Yeah.
The R's on the right.
This is your left. That's your left. This is your left. That's your left. This is your right. That's your right. This is your right. You're gonna die.
Whoa. Also that there was video, like people on another, excuse you? Sorry. On another train that got to see Tom Cruise and the crew on top of the train roof.
Dude.
I thought that was wild. But the fact that they built a train so that they could crash it is the best thing ever.
I want to know what the deal with everybody knowing close-up magic in this movie is.
Yes. I want to know.
It's great. But
did Tom Cruise teach everybody
close-up magic?
Yes.
I like to imagine that Paul Rudd came in and taught everybody close-up magic. He was the close-up magic consultant.
You know what? It makes me think.
What?
I was thinking Barney Stinson told them.
Oh my God. I mean, Neil Patrick Harris is a magician.
Yeah, he is.
Apparently he's also a dude.
Barney, what have we told you about the fireworks?
Anyway, anything else you want to say before we get out?
No.
All right. Spoilers are complete, everybody. Welcome to our ranking for the summer of 2023. We actually have 2 films to add to our ranking this week. So let's go ahead and add Elemental.
Okay.
So current ranking at number 9, we got Fast X. Number 8, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Number 7, Succession. Number 6, Rise of the Beasts. Number 5, Joyride. Number 4, The Little Mermaid. Number 3, Indiana Jones. Number 2, Across the Spider-Verse. And number 1, The Flash. And we're just apparently wrong on that. But that's okay. We can be wrong. Where do you want to put...
We're not critics.
Elemental.
I'm having a hard time.
Okay.
Because I really enjoyed The Little Mermaid. Because anytime I think of The Little Mermaid, it makes me happy.
Okay.
And I really enjoyed their version of it.
Yeah. I'm with you.
So I don't think... In my brain, I can't put Elemental above that.
Yeah. I'm kind of in a similar spot.
I would say yes, most definitely it's above Joyride.
Yeah. Like, I'm definitely with you that it's above that. I'm with you that I wouldn't put it above Little Mermaid, but I would probably put it above Indiana Jones. Yeah. And that's where I'm at. And then if that's the case, does that mean that we need to re-rank Indiana Jones?
The whole entire list?
No, not the whole list. But like, should we bump Indiana Jones to the new number 5? Elemental at number 4, and Little Mermaid at number 3.
Yeah.
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 At least until we do Mission Impossible, obviously.
Excuse me, everybody.
Hey, you're fine. All right. So after Little Mermaid is Indiana Jones. See, this is how we do our list. We don't give a fuck. All right. We'll change it.
As I've said before, and I'll say it again, so as he has, we are not film critics. We do this for our own personal enjoyment.
That's right. And, opinions change. So why should we defend something we don't agree with anymore? I mean, let's be real. Like, society as a whole would be a lot better if people were just willing to say, hey, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. So, Elemental, the new number 4. Still typing it in. Sorry about that. All right. Now, let's add Mission Impossible Dead Ranking. I can't say. I keep wanting to say Dead Ranking. Dead Reckoning, Part 1. Currently, number 1, The Flash. Number 2, Across the Spider-Verse. Number 3, Little Mermaid. Number 4, Elemental. Number 5, Indiana Jones. I'm not going to say anymore because I think it's at least going to be in the top 5. I mean, I think we'll both agree it's better than Joyride.
Yes.
Okay.
It's better than Indy.
Yes.
It's better than Elemental.
Yeah.
It's better than Little Mermaid.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Is it better than Spider-Verse?
I would say no. That's where I would probably draw the line, honestly. Like, I love Dead Reckoning. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But, I mean, Across the Spider-Verse is like one of those special movies, Like, Dead Reckoning is a great movie. Probably a 5, right? But, like, Spider-Verse is like 5 out of 5 plus, where it's like it's a great movie. It's a perfect movie. But, like, it also, like, means something.
Matt didn't cry during Mission Impossible.
I did not cry during Mission Impossible.
Therefore, it gets debunked or whatever word you want to say.
No, I already told you, okay? I got 5 out of 5 means I love it, all right?
You cried.
But a 5 plus is, like, I cried.
Okay.
So, like, because that's what I have to do. I can't say Mission Impossible is not a 5 just because I didn't cry.
But punch you.
But it's, it's a 5, but it's not a 5 plus. That's reserved for only the movies that make me cry, like The Flash.
Spider-Verse.
It's Spider-Verse.
Oh, okay.
How you feel? You like that?
I'm in agreement.
So shall it be? So shall it be done? All right.
My fingers hurt.
I'm just going to put Ilma 7P1. Just so everybody knows what the hell we're talking about. Okay.
P1.
Our new ranking at number 1, The Flash. Number 2, Across the Spider-Verse. Number 3, Mission Impossible 7 Part 1. Number 4, Little Mermaid. Number 5, Elemental. Number 6, Indiana Jones. Number 7, Joyride. Number 8, Rise of the Beast. Number 9, Succession.
For Succession.
Number 10, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And number 11, Fast X.
Fast X. Sorry.
It's okay. Fast X.
Succession's got 27 Emmy nominations.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. We are wrong.
We are, and also that's a television series.
It's just our personal list. We're not saying no one is here going to argue that The Flash is a better written film than Succession is a better written show. Okay, no one's going to argue that. No. But we're just saying our personal list. I liked The Flash more than I liked Succession. And maybe that means I have bad taste. I don't know. But that's what we do here.
You can like anything. Oh, God. I mean, look, like my shirt today. It's Yuri on Ice.
There it is. Everybody go watch Yuri on Ice.
Yeah.
Go watch it. It's great.
Go watch it.
Maybe one day we'll get a season 2.
Never.
Gotcha. But that's going to wrap it up for us, everybody. We hope you all enjoyed this week's episode of the Hopefully Awesome Show. Remember, you can subscribe to the Hopefully Awesome Show on your favorite podcast network, be it Spotify, iTunes, whatever. If you do listen to us on one of those platforms, please give us a review. A 5-star rating would be fantastic. But whatever you need to put is just fine. You can follow us on all the social platforms, including Twitter until it dies.
Threads.
As well as Threads, of course. You are definitely on Threads. You can also support the channel over at patreon.com/hopefullyawesome, where you can get your name on every video, just like these fine folks did. Look at that. $5 gets you in the door, get your name on everything, and exclusive monthly content like our movie commentary and Matt plus Maggie, our monthly relationship series. So go check that out. that's going to wrap it up for us. We'll be back next week with Barbenheimer. That's right. We're doing both.
We got shirts.
We do have shirts. We're wearing it to both movies.
We got shirts.
We're going to wear it during the show. It's going to be epic. The next week, everybody, be prepared. Bring your sodas, your chips, your snacks.
Bring your Barbies.
Bring some, like the backpack that has a bunch of water, because it'll probably go for a while. Okay.
The hydro.
Yes. We're going to review Barbie and Oppenheimer. Okay. These are not going to be quick reviews either.
Well, we need to make the box office talk a little bit quicker next time.
Everybody, just be ready. Okay. We're going to midnight. I'm calling it right now.
Barbie's going to take it.
You think it'll be the new number one?
New number one.
It probably will. Like if it
Barbie
lands,
takes number one.
If it sticks the landing, it very well could be the movie of the year.
I mean, a lot of people have said that it's very well thought out.
I have high expectations.
Oh, I do too.
And so it'll either be my movie of the year, or it will just die. Okay, like there's no in between for this. If it fails, it's gonna just be a spectacular failure. And I'm okay with that. But that's going to wrap it up. We'll be back again tomorrow. What?
Like cats.
Oh, you threw me off. We'll be back tomorrow with Going Back to Smallville. And we'll be back again on Wednesday at 9 with Going Back to the Sewers. Talking about 2014's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Michael Bay movie.
Produced.
Come talk to us about that in the chat. That's going to wrap it up for us, everybody. Thanks for watching. And as always,
have a hopefully awesome day.
Bye.
Go shred some Narnor.